out here at Dave on Parker Models Club. Going to take up the FMS Futura version 3, the green mod, which you can only get at Fair RC. Take her up and have a little bit of fun with it. Now it's bright and sunny, so I don't have the afterburner plugged in, but I'm running a KM Models afterburner. But with it being so bright, later on we'll be able to see it, but not right now. It's just too bright, and why use the battery? It's a little bit of battery drain, but not enough to make it a game changer. All right, here we go. Get back here by camera, precious. Let me get turned around. We do have a radiant up in the sky, so got to be mindful of him. But I shouldn't have any problem following my pattern. All right. Right, left, up, down, right, left. Timer set for 4 minutes, running a 4,000 Sokoken, just a little bit before the wooden tray to give me just a little bit more of a nose weight. But she CGs there good too, so that's usually where I run it anyways. I'll show you after the flight's over. All right. My receiver is a Lemon RX Gen 2 stabilized receiver. It does not have safe or anything like that. It just strictly has wind mitigation. Here, put our flaps down. Come by again. You can see that. Notice how that wing was rocking because I'm fighting maybe a 10 mile an hour, 8 mile an hour crosswind directly across the runway. So, you know, gyros can only help so much. As you can see, she flies pretty good. I mean, she's fairly stable even in this wind. I'll turn the gains up a little bit to help handle some of that. This is just my first flight of today. I just want to kind of always bring, if you're going to start off a day of flying, always start your day with a plane that you're very, very confident with. And the reason for that gives you an idea of how the wind feels.
Braking.
There we go. Love that brake function that I installed.
Brakes off.
That is a free wing
Flaps up.
100 amp ESC. It's the one that they're putting in the new Avanti 2, the Cougar, the new redone Mirage, and I just swapped it out for the 100 amp ES, or that was in the Futura to begin with. Nothing wrong with it. I wanted that reverse function. Our runway is only 210 feet, and with a jet, it covers that really quick. Now, of course, if I would have had a better lineup, I could have probably not worried about it and not used brakes, but I landed halfway down the runway, so I definitely wanted to use it. All right, let's try that again. Flaps are up. Only need to use the flaps just to slow her down. Well, obviously, that's why you use flaps, but take her up. All right, bring her right back by here. Hopefully the camera's gonna be able to track this today. Bright sunny day, sometimes it gets confused. About a little over more than half throttle there, but into the wind.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
All right.
Landing flaps. Gear down.
A little high for a landing, but I'm gonna come by and see the belly. Make sure all my gear and everything is down like it's supposed to be. And it is. All right. Go out here again. Always keep your thumb, especially a jet, well, any plane, but you keep that thumb planted, or whatever appendage you use, planted on that throttle and rudder. Those are your primary direction controls and landing controls. I'm too high, too fast. I need to go further out. Yeah, she's really getting rocketed. Killing some of my airspeed. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot better. Didn't use the reverse that time. All right.
Flaps up.
Got enough for one more takeoff and landing. Typically
Time remaining 1 minute.
with these jets, I can usually, on a 4-minute or 3.5-minute timer, I can usually get one takeoff and one landing. But one thing is kind of a fun fact, you're guaranteed a landing for every takeoff. I'm gonna stand out here. Try to get a better visual, better orientation on that lineup for this. All right. Do not like this crosswind, but oh well. You have to adapt. Gonna leave the gear down. There we go.
Landing flaps.
Finally put my flaps down. All right, she's slowing down nicely. Line up the runway. Get turned towards the runway using my rudder. Whoa. Oh! Well, that's called not enough overcompensated there. Trying to crab in. Well, shoot. Hot glue.
Gear down.
Hot glue. All right. Canopy's fine. Nose cone's crunched. Drop the canopy. All right.
Takeoff flaps. Flaps up. Prop secured.
Well, she got a boo-boo. But when anybody tells you they never crashed their plane, two things are happening. Either A, they're lying, or B, they never fly. But everything still works. Just gotta get some hot glue. Now I fixed a plane actually last night that I haven't put on the film yet. This nose is nice. There's no electronics in this nose right here. And if you get some boiling water, not more than 160 degrees, always get it to where it's almost ready to boil, and dip this first part in that water back and forth several times, and them wrinkles will come right out. But if the first time, if you know what gatoring is, that means whenever you see the individual cells, you start seeing more distinct. The moment, the first sign of that, stop and pull out of the water. And then just keep dipping it, and the foam will slowly expand back. Now, your paint on your decals is going to fade, but the structure will go back. And the nose cone, that piece, I'll let that soak in some hot water. Just, like I say, 160 degrees. Let that, as soon as that starts to foam back out or expand back out, I'll stop immediately. Because if it over expands, the gator, what we call gatoring, then it won't fit right. But if you get just expand out, take the wrinkles out, I'll be able to glue this back on, and up close you'll be able to tell, but in the air you're not going to see it. It's not going to affect the performance. For me, it's a total loss when I know I can't fix the plane and I blow the electronics, or really, something, so much is damaged that's just beyond repair. But this right here, Actually, I could fly it right now. But I'm not going to until I know for sure everything's good. So I'm going to take it back to the shop and I'll show you how to do that hot water trick. Thank you for watching, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all. And these things happen. Bye, y'all.